This is the 2020 Magnitude SV34 4x4. The first Super C built by THOR motor coach that comes to you standard on the 4x4 Ford F550 chassis. Now what makes this so popular is the fact that this is an absolute towing machine. The Magnitude has a 10,000 pound trailer hitch, while the chassis can actually handle 15,500 pounds. So this is an absolute beast. Powered by the 6.7 power stroke turbo diesel engine that lets out 330 horsepower and 750 pound-feet of torque. I want to start off talking about the chassis itself. I've driven over 2,000 miles in the Magnitude, so coming from my personal experience as well with my customers' feedback, the 550 chassis with the 6.7 power stroke is one of the best ride-in drives in the industry. It gives you a ton of power. You can set the cruise to 75, 80 miles an hour, go uphill and not lose any speed at all. It's very quiet, smooth, and comfortable. Especially compared to your gas V10 engines and your Cummins engines that are very loud during a drive and especially going uphill. All that you will hear on this is the turbo kick in, so you can still have a normal conversation with your passenger. You get 68 gallons of fuel capacity here. At 10 miles per gallon, that's a lot of trip ahead of you. Up front of the cab, you are going to get fog lights, which are controlled from the inside. But you do see a keynote of all of our higher end units is that one-piece molded fiberglass front cap. That's going to extend the bunk outward, giving you more space in that bunk, but also give you a seamless design, protecting the entire front side of all the elements. We eliminate all blind spots on this motorhome by giving you extended side view mirrors. These are power adjustable, heated, and manual fold, but they're just absolutely massive. So with these mirrors and your side view cameras, it eliminates all of your blind spots. So whenever you engage your blinker, your blind spot is engaged on an LED monitor in the cab. You do have an entry light above your driver and passenger doors, so that way you can see getting in and out. You will also notice you have a full body paint package on the Magnitude that comes to you standard. It's a Sikkens automotive paint, so it never fully cures. So as this motorhome is flexing going down the road, along your belt line, you're not gonna get any stress cracks. This is our jewel tied full body paint. You also take a look at our 20-foot carefree awning, and that is an armless awning. So no extra holes going down your sidewall, and nothing you're going to bump your head on the campsite either. But that does have a motion sensor on the front side there, so that way if you do get a big gust of wind, that awning is going to notice the motion and retract back in automatically. You have integrated LED lighting on that as well. But notice your first 6 to 8 inches on that awning, you do have a vinyl UV wrap. So when the awning is in, that wrap covers the awning, protecting it from all UV damage. Being our highest trim level at THOR, you do get frameless windows, which protects all of your seals on your windows from all of the elements. And even if you were to take off that window is sitting on aluminum studding. Every window, storage compartment, cutout in this sidewall is all framed out in aluminum. And on top of that, you do have an anti-wicking paint as well. A nice feature to point out is we do have the double door swing out storage bays here. All of our storage compartments are going to be made out of a rotocast plastic. That's a spun plastic, and that's going to eliminate any possibility of mold, mildew, or rust, because you do have drain holes. If it does get dirty, you can just wash it out with the garden hose. LED lighting in all of our storage bays, controlled through the multiplex wiring system. And here you will also see your 2,000 watt Xantrax inverter, which will control your refrigerator, outlets, and TVs. You have an exterior entertainment center. That TV does pop out on a swivel and is magnetically backed, and that does come paired with a Bluetooth soundbar, which gives you a much better quality of sound. Down underneath here, you do have your LP tank, as with the motor for your 4-point hydraulic leveling system. That does come to you standard. One touch levels the coach, and it does have a manual setting so you can level it yourself if need be. The exterior kitchen does come to you standard. That gives you a sink with a macerator, outlets, refrigerator, and extra storage. We do have an LP quick connect, so that way if you do have a gas grill, you can just connect it right to your motorhome, which goes to your LP tank, and work from there. More storage on the back side here. This is going to be a pass-through storage, lit. Another thing a lot of people overlook is your gravity fill. A nice thing with this is if you do have 65 gallons of fresh water available here, but if you don't want to drive with all that fresh water in your tanks and you want to save some miles per gallon, you can run empty, go to your campsite. If you're near a creek, get a 5-gallon bucket and a funnel, and you can actually pour the water directly into your freshwater tank, because this does not need pressure to get to your freshwater tank. So great for boondocking. To complement that front cap, we do have a one-piece fiberglass rear cap. Mounted on the back side of this motorhome with the large bedroom window on the back end. You do have a ladder going up to your roof, and that is going to be mounted into EGS steel strapping in that back cap. We want you to go up on your roof. Your roof is aluminum truss every 15 inches off center, so that way giving you the stability and support to go anywhere on your roof. Check all your seals, do any maintenance if need be, and clean if you want. Here is your 10,000 pound trailer hitch. Now that is a true 10,000 pound hitch because the vehicle can actually handle 15,500 pounds. And what I'll show you the sticker here to actually show you 10,000 pound, and also your tongue rating at 1,000 pounds. You also have your rear view camera up top that does have a speaker, so that way if somebody is spotting you while you're going in reverse, you can actually hear them guiding you. Here's the other end of our exterior storage here. Now we have our 50 amp shoreline connection. This does have an automatic transfer switch, so you don't have to connect your cord back over after you're done. You can just throw it in your storage bay and be done. Cable connection. We do have our city water connection. Rear fuel fill. Now we do have 68 gallons of fuel capacity here on 2 tanks. You have a front tank and a rear tank. Your front tank's gonna have 28 gallons, rear tank's gonna have 40 gallons. They switch over automatically. Nice thing with this, when you're driving, your engine's gonna suck from the front tank till it reaches 3/4 full. Once it reaches 3/4 full, it's gonna automatically switch over to the rear tank, drain that, then go back to the front. Reason being, your generator runs off that front tank. So that way it saves some gas for your generator. Here we got more storage here. Notice we have a lot of side hinge baggage doors, but all your baggage doors are going to be slam latch. So easy open, easy close. Here is your low point drain. Also, you can see your fresh gray water and your black water tank. All your tanks are going to be heated and they are elevated, so that way they are kept in as warm of a place as possible. But you do have the swivel head on your dump station, so when you want to dump your tank, swivel it down, connect your hose, dump. When you're done, swivel it back up, so that way you don't get any drippage. Even if you do get drippage, it's rotocast plastic, just wash it out with a garden hose. You do have the outside shower here, as with your black water flush. Here's your furnace exhaust. That is framed out in aluminum as well. Your front fuel fill. And we do have our tankless water heater. Now this is a Gerard tankless water heater. It is an on-demand hot water system, so set the temperature to the temp you want, heats it up to that temperature. Very simple. It's also a much lighter system than your 6-gallon water heaters, and something you're seeing in a lot of our higher end units. Here is your 6,000 watt Cummins Onan diesel generator that runs off of your front fuel tank, as well with your DEF fill. More storage on the front end here. There's just an absolute ton of storage, 78 cubic feet. Got to point out the generator exhaust on the non-camping side, and also what a lot of customers love is the keyless entry into the cab. Now that we're inside the motorhome, we got to take a look at that automotive windshield in that front bunk. One touch through the multiplex system and the power shade goes up, and you get a great viewing angle of whatever it is in front of you. So if you're at an event, or if it's late at night and you just want to watch the stars as you're sleeping, you get that feature there. You do have more windows on the sides, so that way you can get some natural light in there, as well with blue accent lighting. Your TV does pop out on a swivel, so you get a great viewing angle anywhere in the motorhome. Let's take a look at the layout here. You do get a leatherette sleeper sofa, which converts into a bed, and you can option that out and get dual theater seating. And I'll show you how this works. Take a seat and you have a lever on the side which will put up the footrests, and then you can sit back and comfortably watch the game or whatever else you have on TV for a good movie night, whatever else you got going on. You have 2 cup holders for your beverage of choice and extra storage for remotes or extra snacks you got. Both theater seats are going to have a seat belt. You'll notice the accent lighting on the side here, as with the Bluetooth remote that'll control the lights in this area, as with the power shade. And we have put in USB outlets, as with normal outlets for your cell phones and other items that you want charged. And across from it, we do have the booth dinette. That table drops down, and this all transforms into a bed. But you do get 2 seat belts on the couch or theater seating, and seat belts as well on the booth dinette, so everyone can buckle in safely. Storage underneath the dinette, as well with outlets, so that way you can set up your laptop, work from the table, whatever need be. But you do get the 4-foot windows on both sides, paired with the front windshield. You get a ton of natural light in here, no claustrophobic feeling. It's really amazing, actually. All of your cabinetry, it's going to be a solid wood cabinetry finished with a high gloss. This is our new for 2020 light cabinetry called the Amherst. Beautiful coloring there. Give you a look at the other side. A lot of cabinet space. Very convenient to put everything in and out. In your kitchen area, it is going to be a solid surface countertop. You do get double bowl stainless steel sinks, so that way you get one for clean, one for dirty. And you do have the retractable faucet head, so you can wash your dishes very easily. Right here you have your pop-up outlets, and you have outlets underneath the cabinetry as well. And one thing that's really been a hit this year has been the true induction cooktop, as well as the gas burners. So if you have gas or electric, you can use both. Also get a tile backsplash. And up top you'll notice your residential convection microwave. Then right behind that we do have our residential refrigerator with an ice maker. But a lot of cabinet space underneath, a lot of drawer space. So if you need to store things, there's plenty of space in here. Pots and pans. No center styling, so you can put things in easily. Trash cans are going to be located right here. And then, last but not least, we got more drawers. Now your bathroom here is a very spacious bathroom, porcelain toilet with a foot flush. You get outlets as well with the module for your tankless water heater to set your temperature. Cabinetry. You're going to have air in here, heat in, and air out, so a fully ventilated bathroom. Actual solid door, shower door. Let loose of the lock. Go inside. Beautiful design in here. You do have a skylight for extra room up top. We did have a 6'11" guy in here at the Hershey show, so there's plenty of room in the shower. We do have 360 siphons ventilating your black tanks, so that way you do not get any nasty smells or odors coming out of your P-traps. Let's go to the back bedroom. You do get a king-size bed, and it's a king-size bed standard. So you do get nightstands on both sides, outlets, CPAP outlets, and it is a tilt-a-view bed. So one touch, bed goes up, and you get a lot of space to get ready in the morning, and then or watch TV if need be, because you get a TV located right here, which just pop up for more storage behind it. And it's really easy to access if you do have a DVD player, PlayStation, Xbox you want to connect and not show the wiring. Outlets, more USB outlets, your radio controls. Let's take a look at all of your drawer space down here. Large wardrobe space. But even underneath the bed, you do have 2 more drawers there, as well as storage on the nightstands. Now everything on this comes to you standard. You get to choose your color options And even the 13.5 dual ACs come to you standard. Those are controlled independently, so if you only want to run the one in the front house, you don't have to worry about the one in the back end. Going into the cab now, your driver's seat is going to be a leather seat, and to add on to that comfort, we've put in a leather adjustable armrest. This seat is going to be power adjustable. Forward and back, also the lumbar support is going to be power. The back itself of the chair is going to be a manual. In the center console, we have 3 cup holders and 2 cell phone holders. We added in a custom THOR floor liner to keep the floor clean of any dirt, debris, and muck that you may drag in. Take note of our light adjustments here. You do have power pedal adjustments and your parking brake down below. Latch to your hood. Storage under the door is pretty convenient, you get a lot of depth to it. And the handle is a nice adjustment right there. Power lock. And the cab itself is the XLT package, so you do get the soft touch on the door and several other areas inside the cab. Now here are the adjustments for your power mirrors and also your power windows. Let's start up the cab now. So you can see in the gauge cluster, you can see both the front and the rear tank levels, as well with the overall levels up above. But there's a lot of features to play around with in the gauge cluster. You can see your depth gauge. It's cool to just kind of play around, see everything you have going on. A lot of towing settings, off-road settings, angles, you can see fuel efficiency, trips, a lot of things that can play around with. But in the cab, we do have your Mobileye system right on the left side here. That's going to be what actually notifies you, and the camera for that is behind the LED monitor we have right here. You can see your LED monitor. That's always going to display your rear view camera by default, but it's also tied in with your side view blinkers. And that does have one-way audio with your rear view camera, so that way you can hear your spotter behind you. But it's convenient when you are changing lanes, because by default it's always showing the rear camera. You can actually see the distance the car behind you in the lane next to you is, so that way you're not guessing looking through your side view mirror. But a lot of features to play around with. You do have your emergency start, which bridges power between your chassis battery and your house battery and kind of just jumps the batteries if need be in a pinch. You got your fog lights, your brake controller from Ford, also your volume, your tuners, which are larger, easier to grab, especially when you're driving. Climate settings, USB ports. Also, you get a 12 volt and a 110 volt outlet, which are pretty convenient. You do have another cell phone holder above the dash. Large glove box here. So what I want to go over now is the Apple CarPlay feature on your infotainment center. So what I've done is I've connected my phone via aux cord to the USB port down below. And what it's done is it's tied in my phone into the Apple CarPlay. So I have a lot of the apps available through Apple, so that I can access my phone, Apple Music, Maps, my text messages. You can see what you're playing now. Go back to the Ford screen, podcasts, audiobooks, Audible, Google Maps, SiriusXM, Waze. So a lot of things you can work with, and there's more apps that can be added in. But what's really convenient with it is on your steering wheel, on the right side here, is more tied in with your infotainment center. So you have your volume and your tuner adjustments here, but down below this button with the person having the voice coming out, that ties in to Siri on your phone. So you hit this button and you tell it to do different features, whether it be make a call, play music, or log in a new destination for GPS, and it ties it in through your phone. So for example, Take me to Walmart.
Okay, one option I see is Walmart on Mega Street, Northwest in North Canton.
And you just hit that. As easy as that, you can be on your way. It shows your arrival time, how long it takes to get there, and the miles away it is, and the actual route. Extremely convenient. You don't have to be looking around at a map, looking around at your phone. One touch on your steering wheel, and you can find your destination. Also, you can make calls. Do the same thing. Say, call John Doe. It'll tie in through your phone, make a call, or if you have Apple Music in your phone, you can tell it to play certain music, certain playlist, certain album, and it'll play that while you're driving. So it's extremely convenient and pretty much takes away a lot of the dangers of getting distracted while you're driving. Up above here, you do have auxiliary switches for aftermarket accessories you do want to add in to the Ford chassis. Up above, what's pretty cool is these two little notches right here. Those are actually motion sensors. So when you turn off the cab, it's going to ask you this question. All sensors are perimeter sensing. All sensors is going to activate basically your basic alarms on the cab, but it's also going to activate these motion sensors up above here. So if you have your windows down and you're parked and somebody reaches in, it's going to pick up the motion and set the alarm off. Also, what it also does is if you have all these sensors activated and somebody walks in your motorhome, it'll pick up the motion right by the door and it'll set off the alarm. But if you don't want that feature when you get out, all you have to do is hit perimeter sensing and it'll turn that off. Do that again just to give you a... See, here we go. It's on all sensors, hit perimeter sensing. Perimeter sensing turns off those motion sensors. And once you open the door, it's done.